all right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, Wealth Wednesday. We are back from vacation, and what a nice drop yesterday. If you guys were with us yesterday, we called the Palantir drop to the T. We called this Palantir drop. So watch this wonderful chart here. Here yesterday, I told you on yesterday's feed, before the market opened, Palantir was about to test 154. Red dash to red dash. So now, what's next for Palantir? Well, if we fail this 152 area this morning, we're going to go towards this 143, 136 on Palantir. So all this block on Palantir becomes a very important breakpoint. So be careful, Palantir, this morning. You have a 157 resistance. You have a 152 critical support on the red dash on the power indicator. If that fails on Palantir, everyone, then be careful, because then we are going to this 144 on the power indicator on the 135. So watch very carefully. And by the way, you don't want this thing to fail 135, 127 here, because that's a complete failure all the way back to 75. So be careful of Palantir. I suspect we probably are going to slam a little bit more towards this 126, 143 area here, and then somewhere in September, October, November, December, we reconstruct for a final top here on the double top. So good morning, everyone. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Patty, good morning. Jack, good morning. Let me know. So this was called to the T. I mean, we had a beautiful trading. If you look at the day trading on the prop firm yesterday, beautiful. I mean, every trade was a short. I told everybody on the live stream yesterday I would not take a long. I told everybody would not take a long. Alan, good morning. It's good to see you. Okay. So I told everybody would not take a long. Okay. Unless we go above the 780 area yesterday. And we had our first short on NASDAQ futures at 760. Next, we are going to look at NASDAQ for today. That's a good one. I'm going to try to go as fast as possible, because I have to go with the trading group in about 17 minutes, but I don't want to let you hanging. So here there's a possibility, everybody, that we are starting something here on the NASDAQ. See, you still have 81% chance of a short. The institutional power trend box was short, major block shorts, minor block shorts, trend down. And it was like this yesterday before I came. So when I came on the stream yesterday, I gave you Palantir on the silver platter short. Before the open, it was still in the 168 area, 170, before it dropped to 154. NASDAQ, you've seen it. The first trade was a straight 50-point profit on the downside. All the trades yesterday were short. And I kept on telling you I would not take a long unless it's above 780. So now on NASDAQ, we need to be very careful this morning. They could come back towards these 23,005, 23,580, right? But ultimately, this can be a reject area to continue the selling and the retest of this 23,000 area. I even have a 22.8 and a 22.5 if it really gets bad. See, all this area right there will be the NASDAQ futures that you'll look, and your resistance for this morning is roughly here. See what I mean? The 522. It's very difficult. You need to observe the tape, because at the open, they might want to push it up and sell it up. Next, We are going to go to some of the weak one that I have been shorting. I've been shorting Amazon. And by the way, I will have to do a recap of the retirement portfolio, but I have my kids this weekend, so I will try to do it Sunday night. Uh, uh, I have a lot of cash right now sitting on the sideline, over 40% cash left on the sideline. I gradually sold from the end of July, mid-July to now. Okay, so a lot of cash, 45% of cash. If we finish the cycle with a boom, I can reinvest maybe 20% of the 40% back in on the best cost basis, like some of my Meta have 162 cost basis, uh, 10 shares of Coinbase left. Like you'll see, I sold a lot of stuff, guys. I trimmed a lot of my Palantir. Uh, I had AMD. I trimmed my AMD. So I have a lot of cash waiting for to see if there's a decent pullback of another maybe 5% between now and October. You know, something in the geopolitical area could spark something in the rate. You know, and you have to be careful because in 2008 when they started, in 2001 when they started decreasing rates, it was not really good. The market went down, guys. So you got to be careful of all of this combined. We've already how many years now? We are 2 years, 2 years, 2.5 years on the in the cycle going up, right? And I've done extremely well. And now I pull down 40% in cash. If it keeps on going up, I have 60% of portfolio going up with a very good cost basis from the cycle. Bottom, as you've seen in previous videos, incredible cost basis that I had on Palantir around 1980 bucks. Palantir has been a really a big killer. Coinbase, Meta, AT&T, even AT&T as I double on AT&T and stuff like that. That has dividend. But right now I'm cautious. I have some cash, 40% in cash. I called perfectly yesterday the drop on Palantir. If you saw me day trading yesterday on the NASDAQ prop firm, straight down 50 points at the 760. That was our first entry. And I kept on telling on the stream, do not take long. I will not take long unless it's above 780. So what is next on Amazon? I'm starting not liking this head and shoulder on Amazon. So uh, I'm looking at an Amazon drop here towards this 215, guys. 215 is going to be, see, there was a low here, there was a high here, low here. It's coming right at the division of third of the tools. So right below the red dashes here, I'm seeing Amazon coming into this area at the very least, retesting this 210, 218 area on Amazon. So I look at Amazon as a good short with a 230, 231 resistance, 232. See that shoulder there on Amazon coming today. So if you see it pumping up back towards the 230, I would consider the short smacking the 219, 210 on Amazon. Okay. Next, that I like on the short side. Well, I told you it's not that I like Palantir on the short side, but Palantir is definitively. I call it yesterday. Look on the tools. There's still a 73% chance of a continuation on the short on Palantir. It reached the top of the box on the left, the probability box rule of third, recross the institutional zone at 183. I mean, there was a huge signal short. I told you very clearly yesterday after 10 days of vacation, Palantir, guys. Yesterday when I came, they said, be careful, Palantir's going down to 154. Sure enough, it closed the day around the 154. So it was a red dash to red dash trade. Now I see Palantir key number is going to be 152, cracks 152, 143, cracks 143, 137, cracks 137, goes to the previous high here, 125. So you got to see that Palantir, if it breaks 152, 52 today or in the next few weeks, it has a chance to go 143, 138, 125. And then this is the $1 million question. Do we smack, regain for the October, November, and come back for a new high, all-time high on Palantir for the cycle? And that would be probably the last move on a lot of stocks coming back up, let's say, for the midterm elections, because Trump is going to do everything he can, magic tricks to win the election, the midterm elections. So he's going to pump and try to pump those markets as much as he can. But you've got to be careful of a little bit more of a pullback on those hot stocks. Okay. And another thing I was telling everybody, let's go to SPY. So see, SPY here could retest this 611, could retest this 600. This is very possible that we retest this area. We see there's the red dash. Red dash is at 611 as well, which coincide with the previous high and the 600. So to me, I could see SPY rejecting 640, 645 again, tanking 610, 600, and then regaining for the 660. But you got to understand that I'm fighting a downtrend, short-term net sellers, institutional net sellers, major block net sellers on SPY, minor net sellers with a long trade up. So assuming there's maybe 1 year to 2 years left in the cycle, we don't want to be short super aggressively if this thing goes around the 600, 610, okay? Because there's a high probability until I have the long-term trend box, power trend box changing, that my thesis is still that we might go one more time, back up in the cycle, right? But I told you that I was 60-40 cash now. And I was talking to my wife yesterday. Let's say I see a decent pullback, another 5%. And there's a lot of buy zone on a lot of stuff that I like, especially AMD, Google, Palantir, NVIDIA, maybe Intel, like anything related to AI, right? Well, let's say we have a decent pullback after ICMH pulls back decently. I will not put back the 40% in the market, guys. 20% of the cash will remain in very safe stuff. So could it be me buying hard asset, investing in other businesses, and buying, investing in self-storage? I don't know. All I want you to know is that on the next September, October, November here, week month, which is usually August and September, my goal is not to reinvest the 40%. Unless I have a crazy entry on AMD or a crazy entry on some of the stuff or crazy drop like April, like some really bad black swan between now and November. But my strategy is at this point, 20% of everything will stay very, very safe. And I think it's the way I will play the end of the cycle with only 80%, and I will be at 80-20. Because we've actually already done extremely well, right? So there's no reason really to reinvest and go 100% vested in everything. So I hope that was helpful, guys. I need to go in the live room with the guys. Urge you guys to only trade prop firms if you do day trading at this point. I do some swing trading with the options. I have still not resolved myself to increase or not increase my personal futures account because I don't need to. I use the prop trading firms. I am funded almost at 10 accounts at this point. So I have 10 accounts and I just rotate. I go to one account, one account, one account. And eventually one of the 10 accounts every week and or every other week gives me a payout, right? So I don't need to use my own money, guys, right? And I think it's the best. It's like asymmetrical risk. I love asymmetrical risk, everyone. Okay, uh, and that's the way I like it. It's where I invest $200 to $300 into an evaluation prop firm account, and you get possibly $1,500, $2,000, $10,000 payout. So it's always those asymmetrical bets that I am looking for and focusing in long-term assets and swing trading my options. I still do some SPY and SPX trade. This is always my big one. Take small accounts to bigger accounts. But for now, guys, be careful. Between now and October, we might rebound a little bit this morning. But if we fail 635, 632 on SPY, boom, we go 610. I love you all. I hope it was helpful. We'll do more stream coming back next week. I'm recovering a little bit. I got sick in the plane coming back from Europe. I was on vacation for 10 days. So next week, we are back. No stream tomorrow. We are back and we will do more regular streaming, trading, and analysis. But your support is key. I need to make sure that this is helpful to you guys as well. You take care, everybody. You have a great day, and I'll see you next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Take care, everyone. Stay safe.